Hello everyone and welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, welcome. A quick update is that we have been renovating our 200-year-old home. This home is actually a rental property. It's a total of 4 units. On the 3rd floor, there's a studio loft style unit. On the 2nd floor, there are 2 one-bed, one-baths that we spent the first half of this year renovating, and now we have 2 great tenants living there as well. And this 3rd unit, we had tenants in when we first bought the property. They moved out a couple months ago, and Kevin and I took the opportunity to leave it vacant so we can do renovations. And while we were coming up with the plan for this unit, we decided that we actually wanted to move in here ourselves. So what we are doing is we are making sure that we keep everything renter friendly and budget friendly. However, we are doing it with our taste and style in mind. So it's not our typical rental of what we would do that's a little bit more cookie cutter. It is definitely going to have a little bit more flair than we would normally. Throughout the month of September and October, we've had 2 main priorities. One was to get the bathroom done before we moved in, and happy to say we have successfully moved in and the bathroom is done at this point. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to see the finished product of the bathroom. But the second priority is to make sure that we get the kitchen done. And the reason why we are focusing on these 2 rooms only is because we are working on doing a cash out refinance. And it's very important when you're doing a cash out refinance to make sure that if you're adding value to the home, you're doing it in spaces where it really can increase the appraisal amount that you are able to obtain. And that's coming from, of course, the bathroom and the kitchen. Picking up where we left off last vlog, you can see we are painting the wall. Everything has been primed. We chose initially a Greek villa from Sherwin-Williams, and the whole idea behind using this color was we really wanted to create a spa-like feel. Unfortunately, as you can tell, or maybe you can't, because the Greek villa essentially looks exactly like the primer, and it just was not the look we were going for. Every stroke that we did up the wall, we just were really not happy with it, and we were like, let's just commit and see if it gets better as we finished all of the walls. And naturally, it didn't. So we were pretty disappointed, but we said, you know what, let's just continue onward with the trim paint to see if it pulls everything together the way we really want it to. And unfortunately, we ended up feeling really defeated because we followed through with the paint colors that we committed to. This color here is called Accessible Beige from Sherwin-Williams, and for the record, on its own, the colors are fine. It just didn't tie together the way we wanted it to. The trim ended up it just ended up looking really muddy, and what you'll see when I show you another angle of the tile, we were really trying to pull out that tan beige color from the tile, and it ended up just looking really muddy, which was incredibly disappointing. So what we ended up doing is we did an Instagram poll whether we should keep it or change it, and essentially 90-something% of you guys decided to tell us to keep it. But what we really wanted to do is when you're doing a gut renovation like this, you want to walk into the space and feel like you love it. And we also know that we are going to move out of here eventually and have tenants live in here, and we didn't want them to feel like this was a dated space either. So ultimately, we decided to completely change both the wall and the trim. The colors we ended up going with was sea salt on the walls from Sherwin-Williams and pure white trim from Sherwin-Williams. And you can see the space just looks so much brighter, fresher, and definitely more modern. Finally, here is the finished product of the bathroom. It has come such a long way. What we ended up doing was stacking the dryer and the washer. Those we use in every single rental. They're LGs. They haven't failed us in the past 4 years. Same with the toilet, that's Glacier Bay, same one every single time. The vanity is from Home Depot, and all of the hardware is brushed nickel except for the mirror. The mirror is supposed to match and tie in the vanity.